Good morning, Americans. This is your favorite alien and Bubba sitting in today on Tuesday, May 18th, 2021. Sitting in for Paul Harvey this morning. Stand by for the rest of the story. Well, today's story is on Lady Diana Spencer, Deja Vu. And there's a reason why it's deja vu at the end there. Everybody knows about Lady Di. What happened in 1981, 1997, and then you got Prince Henry and Prince William and their subsequent marriages and fun stuff that got put up in the press. And Prince Harry with Miss Markle here. He is putting his foot in the mouth and saying all kinds of things that poor Prince Harry. You're committing Harry Carey. Well, yeah. But seriously, Princess Diana Spencer. And we have to go back to almost 300 years ago. Okay? So, let me give you some background here. In 1714, the Stuart line, which was the Mary Queen of Scots line, ended with Queen Anne. And therefore the British throne was vacant, so they had to get another guy. And the next guy in line was the Prince of Hanover, Georgie, Porgy. Yeah, Georgie, Porgy. So he became George the First. Here. Okay. So he didn't speak any English, and he was a German guy. And his son, George II, inherited the throne in 1727. Well, George II, when his father became King George I in 1714, he hightailed it to Britain, and he left his son in Hanover. Well, when he became King of George II in 1727, his son actually became Prince of Wales. So he had to bring him over. So in 1728, Frederick Louis came in to Britain. Now, Frederick was a character. He spent a lot of money. And he told his father, quote, 50,000 pounds a year is not going to make it. And his father told it to go stick it. Yeah, because see, Frederick was not liked by his parents. Nobody liked Frederick. Even the court in England didn't like Frederick. Frederick was bad, to say the least. Yeah, he lived large. He gambled a lot. He was always in debt. Yeah, it was Frederick. Kind of like his successors. Prince Edward, who became Edward VII. And, of course, Prince Charles. Yeah, everybody knows about him with his hanky-panky, huh? Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, this was Frederick here, the son of George II. So he decided, okay, I need to get some money here. My dad's not going to pay me anything. So he was a very smooth operator and talker. And he found a pigeon. And her name was Sarah, Duchess of Marlborough. Sarah. Churchill, Duchess of Marlborough. Now remember the name Churchill. Yoo-hoo, Churchill. Okay. And he decided, I can, let's see, and by the way, he was a hanky-panky guy too. So hanky and panky, and that was him. He was already the promise to the daughter of Frederick of Prussia. Yeah, Frederick and Frederick. Yeah, well. But King George II there was having a hard time negotiating, and Frederick over here was making life miserable to get the negotiations going. Yeah. So he finally got a princess from Satnagafa. Hence, the Hanoverian line would eventually take her name, Satnagafa, after, of course, George III, which was his son, by the way, with the Princess of Satnagafa, and became George III. Yoo-hoo! You know George III, right? Yes. Well, before he married the princess there, he wanted to make a killing. And he went over to Sarah and the Duchess, Marlborough there. And the Duchess was, he sweet talked her. Oh, yeah, I got a niece here that I would love to that. And he said, okay, now what's the dowry? Yoo-hoo, 300 or 100,000 pounds. The Duchess said, hey, isn't that a little... Well, yeah, I'll pay 100,000 pounds. Yeah. So, and she said, oh, you want a fast wedding, a big wedding? He says, oh, a fast wedding and a wedding that nobody knows would be just fine with me. Yeah. Well, something happened. And somebody let the rat loose, and, well, it got known by both George II and the Prime Minister, Mr. Walpole. Oh, and he was unhappy about that. And the niece, by the way, Diana Spencer. Yeah. Didn't we hear that before? Diana Spencer. Lady Diana Spencer. Well, and the Prime Minister, Mr. Walpole, and King George II didn't like this hanky-panky going on here, so they stopped it. And they married off Diana Spencer to this other Earl. And Frederick, well, he had to marry the lady from Satagapagata. Yeah. Well, poor Diana. She was born in 1710, and she died in 1735. So she lived like the next Diana. She died of tuberculosis. Okay. And her son, or her brother, Robert Spencer, was the direct descendant or ancestor to Diana Spencer currently, or the late Diana Spencer here. So Lady Diana got her name from Lady Diana. But you don't know the rest of the story. Well, Frederick, he got himself grounded a little bit there. And like I said, he had a son with the lady from Satagata over there. And he was George the Third. Oh, yeah, Georgie. And you guys should know Frederick, because he was Prince of Wales. He never made it. He died before his father. He died at age 44. About 5 years before his dad did, back in 1750 or 1760. And he died in 1745, and his father died in 1760. So what you don't get is Fredericksburg, Maryland, and a lot of Frederick bases were named for Prince of Wales, Frederick. Yeah. But the House of Satagata, otherwise known as Windsor, should have known this fact. When Prince Charles, or Hanky Panky Charles, because he wanted his wife that he has now. He didn't want Diana Spencer, just like Mr. Frederick over there didn't want Diana Spencer either. But they went through with it, something that the Prime Minister, Mr. Walpole, over there in 1730, stopped, along with George II. Queen Elizabeth II must have not known about this. She should have stopped this. But she needed Charles to get married because Charles was, and he still is there. But two Diana Spencers suffer the same fate. One misses, the other one gets clobbered, but they both die young. And shame to the British monarchy for not realizing that the first Diana Spencer, and seeing that this Diana Spencer was in direct related to them, and they were the same line as Prince Frederick, Prince of Wales. Yeah. They should have stopped this before it happened. Now we got Prince William and Prince Harry. Yeah. And Harry over here is having a hairy old time. Yeah. Prince William, he's going to inherit a disaster. So, sitting in for Paul Harvey this morning, this is your favorite alien and Bubba. And now, the rest of the story. Good day.